Hello and welcome back to Children's Reading Cove. I'm so thrilled to be sharing this book by Valerie Wilding with you called Bloody Tower. It is one of the very, very few books about Tudor England that is appropriate for a younger audience. And I love this book because it provides a beautiful bird's eye view or window into Tudor England at the time in the 1500s, and it is from the perspective of a young girl. So please dive in as we read A Tudor Girl's Diary. London, England, 1553. 2nd May, 1553. This is my book. It was not always mine. Long ago, someone very important gave it to Father and told him to give it to a lady. My mother can read a little, but cannot write, so he kept it for me. The paper is quite smooth and the color of buttermilk, and my words are fairly neat and do not, I think, spoil it. Father says I'm unique and should write about myself. I thought about my life and why I am unique. I live in the greatest castle in England, the Tower of London. It is a palace and a fortress, but it is also a prison. Our house is within the tower walls, so I soon hear about everything that goes on. I am the only girl of my age here. Indeed, there is only one other person near my age, and that is Tom. Funny Tom, from the royal menagerie by the tower gates, where the king's beasts are kept. Tom is almost 14, and my best friend, but he stinks. 3rd May, 1553. I had no time to write more yesterday. I was needed all day to help with the 2 little ones. Harry is teething and is cross and fretful. He bites everything he can reach, even me. Luckily, little Jack just smiles a lot, which is good for all of us. Mother is with child again and tires quickly. I told her I had begun to write my diary. You would do well to forget such nonsense and spend more time learning important things, she said. You cook like a farmer mixing compost. Not true, but I did not say so for fear of a sore head. Mother is quick with her hands when she is testy. Many times Father has had to prepare a salve for my bruises. It's fortunate that he is the tower physician. Fortunate for me, though not for him. Sometimes he returns from attending a prisoner and will not speak for an hour, but locks himself away in his study to work alone on his medicines. I think he sees bad things in the cells and down in the dungeons. My older brother, William, is newly apprenticed to Father, and he has promised to tell me what goes on. He will not, I know. He never does. 5th May, 1553. I tried to slip out to see Tom before dinner, but Mother chose today to clean the floors and remake the beds. She is too large to do it herself, so I had to help Sal, our maidservant. William was sent for fresh rushes, while Sal and I swept out the smelly ones. William's share of the work was done then, so he went to help Father. While Sal spread new rushes over the floor, I took Harry and Jack to pick flower heads and herbs from our little garden to put with the rushes. They loved crawling around the floor, mixing them all together. I got down on my hands and knees too, to put feverfew, tansy, and some wormwood under the mattresses. I saved most for my own bed. My tiny room beneath the roof is quiet and all my own, but there are more lice and fleas up there than anywhere in the house, it seems. So I stuffed plenty of herbs beneath my mattress to keep them away. Anyway, I would rather sleep on my own with the lice than in the big bed with my small brothers. Sal sleeps on the truckle bed beside them and has to put up with Harry's nighttime yells. Mother cannot believe I wish to sleep here. That room is little more than a garret, she says, and fit only for a servant. There is something I am keeping to myself. Although Mother can climb the ladder up to my room, she's too big to get right in through the hole in the floor. 7th May, 1553. I told Tom about my book. He asked what it is called, and I said, The Diary of Tilly Middleton. He wanted to know if I would put him in it. It's only for interesting things, I said, but I was sorry afterwards that I had teased him because he refused to show me the new lioness which had come by ship from Africa. So who cares? King Edward is ill, Father says. It seems to me he always is. It must be hard to be king when you're so young. What pleasure can he have? Kings have to talk all day with dull councilmen. Edward is not yet 16 and has ruled since he was 9. He's extremely serious, they say, and well educated, speaking Latin and French and some Greek, Italian, and Spanish too. That is a lot of learning. His father, King Henry VIII, was a frightening man, it seems to me. 6 wives, 2 divorced, 2 beheaded, 1 died, and the last, Queen Catherine Parr, outlived him. Father admired Catherine Parr. He met her twice and found her a clever, educated woman. He wanted his daughter to be like her, and that is why I have been well taught. I do not know that I am as clever, but I am not stupid, though William says otherwise. 8th May, 1553. Tom showed me the lioness today. I knew he would. She is large and angry, and does not have a mane like the male lion. She has been kept in her traveling cage for too long and is stiff in the legs. Tom is afraid of her. I am too. The menagerie is only separated from the main tower entrance by a bridge over the moat, so the tower guards are all that is between those wild animals and me. Master Worsley, keeper of the royal menagerie, visited today, so I could not stay long. If he saw me, he would tell Father, and I would be in trouble for being there at all. Tom says there will be many visitors tomorrow, wishing to see the lioness. He is pleased because they will bring meat for the animals, and that saves him work. If they bring a small animal, dead or alive, they are admitted free. I kept my skirt lifted off the floor so it would not trail in the dung. Mother sniffed when I came home, but said nothing other than, "Where have you been, you lazy creature? Take Jack and Harry out from under my feet." So I took them to chase the ravens on Tower Green. Father says the king is so ill he may not live. He has heard from the royal physician that Edward could be dead by June. The poor boy has dreadful fits of the cough, and his spittle is sometimes green, and sometimes black, and sometimes pink. Probably blood. I'm sure my father could cure him. He cured a man whose foot was crushed by the new coin press in the Royal Mint. Well, he did not cure his toes. They were mashed up like when a horse tread on a worm. But the man did live. 9th May, 1553. Rain battered the roof all night and kept me awake. I spent much time thinking about poor King Edward. He has no child and no younger brother, so if he dies, William says the crown will go to his older sister, Mary. I asked Father if that is so, and he said it's true. It must go to one of the king's half-sisters, Princess Mary or Princess Elizabeth. The Princess Elizabeth! I have not thought of her lately, yet I used to think of her often, especially on September 7th, for we share a birthday. When I was little, I used to call her my princess. She is 7 years older than me and in her 20th year. Sometimes I wish I was a princess myself. Elizabeth must have beautiful clothes and fine food and sleep in a silken bed and walk in scented gardens. Then I remember that her mother's head was chopped off when she was only 3, and now she is to lose her brother Edward. I would not be a princess for all the riches in the world if it meant losing my family, even William. When my work in the house was done, I crossed the moat, left the tower, and strolled down to the river to watch the boats. Tom saw me go past the Lion Tower, where the menagerie is, and followed me. I smelled him before I saw him. When I told him we might soon have Queen Mary instead of King Edward, he made a face. Master Worsley said that too. He thinks there will be much trouble because Princess Mary is a Catholic. I will have to find out more. To be continued in the next video.